Hello YouTubers, so this is going to be my first video. Today I'm just going to go over each one of my tanks to kind of introduce you to what I have going, what I have upcoming, and what I will be doing in the future. So this is my first tank. This is a 29-gallon freshwater tropical tank. So you can see I have some tetras, I have some angelfish. This is not their normal tank, but they're growing out. All the plants are real in this tank. It has an LED light. In future videos, I'm going to go over all of the plants that are in it, what stocking is in it, filters, where I bought it, how much it costs, where you can get everything. So look for that upcoming in the next few weeks. I'm going to do each tank individually. So you'll notice I have this big filter here. This is not actually the filter for this tank. I'm working on this filter, letting it run to get it going to go on a different tank. So you can see I have a regular filter here and my heater, driftwood, all that good stuff. My little angels are saying hello and begging for food even though they were just fed. Okay, so I'm going to show you my next tank. So this tank here is a 36-gallon bow front, and it is my angelfish tank. So I currently have 3 angelfish in this tank, and as you can see, they're begging for food. They like to do that. This tank is a little bit more maintenance. Angelfish are kind of picky. As you can see, I haven't cleaned the tank today before this video because I want this to be what an everyday tank looks like. I will try to get a little bit closer. You can see I have some rasboras, and I also have some rummy notes tetras. So I have heat. They like lots of heat, the angelfish. And I also have some corridor catfish and some loaches. I don't know if you can see his little head is popping out there. All the plants in this tank are real as well. And right below it is my third tank, which is just a little 2.5 gallon with my beta. So this is Pinky. Say hi, Pinky. So this one has just a small sponge filter. The plants in this tank are not real, only because the lighting is just not enough to get anything to grow. But it's pretty comfortable. This tank doesn't have any heat. But Pinky doesn't seem to mind. Okay, and then we're going to go to my next tank. Just one second. So this tank here is my 10-gallon, and it is just a guppy aquarium. It also has real plants, and as you can see, I've just fed them. I'm having a few problems with this tank, so I wanted to show you this tank before I do any kind of fixing on it. So I have a little bit of an algae problem with this tank, and I'm also having a problem with the circulation. So I do have a 10-gallon submersible filter in here, but it's just not doing it enough. So I am going to be upgrading this filter, and as you can see, I have a live plant and it is trying to propagate. So it will be getting moved shortly in a future video as well. But I just wanted to show you the tanks are not always perfect, and they're constant maintenance and work. And, you know, you're always working on it. You're always changing. But it's good to see. As you can see, my guppies are pretty happy. I have 6 females and 1 male. You definitely always want to have lots of females, or the males will torture the poor females. So I'm going to show you next an upcoming tank that I am working on. So this tank here is a 10-gallon cube. Now I should mention all of my tanks except for one have been purchased used. Don't mind the paper towel because I am still designing. As you can see here, I've got all my little rocks and stuff that I want to put in. I've put paper towel on the side of the glass to keep it from getting scratched or damaged while I'm taking my rocks in and out, trying to decide how I want it. So this tank eventually is going to be a planted scaped tank. I plan on putting some shrimp and maybe some very small tetras or rasboras. And I'm still in the process of getting pieces. So I will be doing videos on the pieces as they come in, where I got them, how much they cost. I am from Canada, so our shipping is a little bit more difficult than in the States. So for anybody who's living in Canada, after much research and stuff, I will be able to let you know where you can get the stuff, where it's cheapest, and where they will actually ship to us up here in Canada. So I have one more tank to show you. So this is my newest tank. Now this is a 20-gallon long tank. This tank took me quite some time to set up. So the fish in here are an African cichlid. They're very small, and I'm going to try and pronounce it and hope that I don't butcher it too bad. So the fish are Neolamprgus multifasciatus. Basically it means that they're striped and they're shell dwelling. So when I originally started this tank, the whole bottom looked like this little section here, completely flat with just the shells sunk. The shells were very hard to find here. I did get some of them from Michael's, and in a future video I will show you where I've got these shells from, because it was quite an adventure just to get those. And it was also hard to find the fish. So as you can see, they have dug and buried. So they clumped their shells together, and this is their home. I'm going to try tapping on the glass and see if I can get them to run away. So you can see when they get scared, they run and hide in their shells, and then they'll pop their little heads out. They're fascinating to watch. So they have dug all these mountains into the aquarium, and they get big mouthfuls of sand, and then they go spit it and they turn their shells. It's quite fascinating, and I will do a whole video on these guys, how I got them, how they're doing. But for now, that's it. I just wanted to introduce everyone to my tanks. So keep an eye out. My first video on the tank teardowns is going to be my community tank. So I will probably be doing that in the next few days on where I got the tank, the equipment that's running, the plants, the fish, where I got everything, how much everything costs, what I like about it, what I don't like about it, what I have found has worked, what doesn't work. And so stay tuned.